And I suppose today's a really good chance to actually talk more about Zia herself, by doing the second Who Knows Where, which is over here, the stockpot, and it is all about Zia's past. But before I get to that, I actually went off screen and did the first 6 Proving Grounds that I covered in episode 8 or 9, I forget which one. But I went back and got gold in all of them, and from it I got more upgrade materials, more skills, and a ton of fragments. I'm not even kidding, I got a shit ton of fragments. If you guys remember back to the Bullhead Shield one, I got about 500 for 3rd place and 500 for 2nd place, and I thought I'd get like 1,000 for maybe 1st, but I got 2,500. Yeah, it was crazy. And so before we start, let's buy some more upgrades then. Let's get something pointy, something greasy, and I will save the rest for now. I'll buy Javel and Hence as well. And I'll show you these 2 golds off before we start. They can be found up here in the shrine.
Behold, the Pantheon.
Hence, foes shall strike with greater ferocity. They say the veiled widow is smiling beneath her robes, her body all scratches and scars.
Hence.
And that is 10 and 10. And Javel, foes shall gain resilience to physical harm. Half the tower's keeper's face is that of a youth in his prime, and the other an old man.
Javel.
And let's head over to the forge and upgrade our Brush's Pike. We have attacks, throw attacks can stun, and faster thrust attacks. This definitely.
Gotta make sure the pointy end's fastened on real tight.
That would be very helpful. And for the dueling pistols, we have increased damage or faster reload. Now let's go for more damage.
He's made a right comfortable bed for all those bullets.
And I think finally I'll upgrade the army carbine. And we have aiming speed or damage. What is better? Probably aiming speed.
Even the army never issued carbines in such fine shape.
Alright, cool. So are you guys ready? It's time to take on the second Who Knows Where.
He wolfs down too much too fast, and it all goes to his head. I've said a lot about the kid, but he ain't the only one wrapped up in all this.
Alright, just like last time, I'll be keeping pretty quiet for this, so I hope you guys enjoy.
What's he thinking? Well, let me see if I got this straight. I only heard it once. Once there was a normal Ura girl, but she wasn't born in the Tassel terminals like the rest of her people. She was from Ceylondia. Her folks were orphaned in the war, taken in and raised inside the city, on condition they would never return to the terminals. Ura refugees who came into the city had to stay for life. It was a way to reduce the risk of city secrets leaking out. The mama passed away from birthing complications, leaving the girl trapped inside that city with no one but her father. father was sharper than a brusher's pike, so he got a job working for the city's mancers. His daughter barely saw him. Her father told her nothing of her Ura heritage. He told her nothing of the Mancers. It's for your own good, he said. She took to studying the arts, learned more through music than history books, gained a knack for strings and songs. At first, she tried to be like other girls, but her classmates spread word that her father was an Ura trader, selling out the city. One young man stood up for her, or so he led her to believe. He knew much of her heritage, and she grew fond of him. The young man convinced her to take him to her family den to meet her father. Spoke of how he wanted to meet a man from the terminals. When the young man greeted her father in the Ura's native language, her father flew into a fit of rage and threw them out. The young man never told her that the Ura's native language is not to be used by foreigners. To do so is a terrible insult. It was then that she decided to escape. The two of them could flee the city together and go to the Tassel terminals. They would hide inside a garbage bin until it got ingested by a scumbag, then let him slosh on out of the city for disposal. Her plan almost succeeded, but the authorities were already there when that scumbag sidled up to the city walls. The young man had sent the authorities a tip, told him her father was using her to sell secrets to the Tassel terminals. She and her father were arrested for treason, but her father got a deal. Returned to work for the Mancers, and she'd go free. Before they parted ways for the last time, her father whispered a desperate plea. Hurry home to the den and lock yourself in. She did as she was told, and deep down underground inside that den, she found a journal written in her father's hand.
One day that wall is gonna fall. Gonna build that city on a hill. Gonna build that city on a hill.
The next day, the door to the den turned to ash. The girl came up for air, and she saw the calamity all around her. When the kid wakes up, his world's still in pieces, just the way he left it.
Wow. Even Zia has a pretty depressing backstory. She was forced to stay in Ceylondia so her family wouldn't give away Ceylondian secrets to the Aura. And she was pretty much hated by everyone at school, besides one guy who was just using her from the very start. And right at the end, her father went away to work on who knows what. And the calamity happened. So yeah, I feel pretty bad for her. But I guess everyone here has been through a lot of stuff, even Zolf. Alright, so next time I will be using the War Machete and the Army Carbine. And for my skill, let's go with... let's try Ghostblade out. I got this from getting gold in the War Machete Proving Ground.
Machete and carbine still go well together, just like in the war.
Alright guys, so thank you all for watching today, and next time we'll continue our adventure to find the shards. I'll see you then.